Hello everyone, this is QuakeMan. I'm going to do an experiment. There's a lot of commentators on YouTube who commentate them playing Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 4, and Battlefield Bad Company 2. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to try and commentate on one of my own videos that I recorded for Rainbow Six Vegas 2. This is Terrorist Hunt on Convention Center on realistic difficulty. I'm using the AUG A3 with the ACOG, the SR25SD 6x12x scope, the MK23 high cat mag pistol, incendiary, and frag. Now, the video, it didn't really take me 9 minutes to complete this. It actually only took me about 5. There's 3 sections in this video because it took me a long time to actually finish this specific level, but I thought to keep the experiment going, I tried adding 2 other videos before I actually complete it. So the best tip I can really give you to this game is pay attention to the various sound very well. Those guys you see me killing on the rope, you can hear the rope noises when they're climbing those up, and that's the best way to knock them out so they don't ambush you, because that will be a problem in this game, is they will ambush you all the time. Now, I've played this with the AI teammates because it's the only way I could find it interesting. Also, it's really hard for me to get friends to join up with me. Now, in the convention center, in this room right here, I always send the teammates in here. It's the best position for any ambushes to come from behind, and a good way to stop any enemies coming from your direction. Now, if you're about to get overrun with, you might as well start moving away and try to get more cover. Now, I find the machine guns in these games really hard to use, but make sure you use your grenades very, very wisely. If you have at least 3 enemies or more coming up in your area and you know the grenade will explode in time to kill them, then use your grenades. But in realistic difficulty, you only carry 2 grenades per gadget. So that means you only got 2 incendiary and frag grenades, which I have to use them very, very rarely. One thing I will tell you right now is when you're going to revive your teammates, make sure no one is around. The main reason is because that animation takes about 6 seconds, and if an enemy starts running towards you and you start that animation, you're dead, because you cannot get out of that animation until it's done, until he actually throws it away and it's done. Now, once everything is cleared here, you want to move up under the convention center over here where the all the computer stuff is. And this is where I was about to say that you do not want to blind fire with a machine gun at close range like this, especially against a shotgun guy. Those guys murder you so fast. Now, this is another take that I did, although it's a lot, I guess you can say it's a lot shorter, because I made a stupid mistake, and yeah. Trying to complete this unrealistic, I will say, is a nightmare for the fact that this map layout for me, I find it actually terrible. Now, I'm not saying it as if, you know, it's the worst map ever type of thing. I've seen worse. But this map is very annoying to try and complete on Terrorist Hunt, especially on realistic difficulty. There's so many trick areas that really you can't do. And if your teammates go down, trying to revive them almost is literally impossible, especially in this sort of area. Now, like I said, I heard the rope going off, and I was trying to check to see who was using it. And there he is. That's one of the things you got to really pay attention, is the rope noises that comes up. Now, you always will hear rope noises no matter where you are. It's not like a sound preference. It's not like most games where you had to be actually nearby to hear it. But it's something you got to really consider. It's also something you also got to pay attention when it comes towards playing the game online. Not everyone will use the ropes, but there are some people who will use the rope constantly. And you gotta really pay attention to what rope is being used during the map. Which is another thing, is that if you're playing on Terrorist Hunt, all the maps on Terrorist Hunt are the same maps you use when you play online. So learn the layout when you play in Terrorist Hunt, and it could help you out a lot when you're playing this game on Realistic. Now, this is where I make a mistake, where I thought it was cleared, but I accidentally did not look to my left. The guy was covering behind a wall, and I got killed. This is now the last clip where I actually do finish it. First thing you want to do is always send your AI teammates in that room in there. Now, if they're under fire immediately when they walk through there, then you might not want to continue what I'm doing here. There's usually enemy spawns between those two areas, and I always seem to find a guy behind this door. I personally recommend blind firing him with the sniper rifle, since the sniper rifle blind fire is always on dot every time I used it. There's a couple guys usually in that room, but usually it just depends. Pay attention to the rope at all times while you're covering this area. There's always a guy standing outside here. Now, this is a new tactic I learned recently. Throw a grenade in that hallway. You might get a couple kills, but usually there's about 3 guys that run out there because they use the rope to drop down. See? Now, this is where I said trying to use the machine gun is very annoying, and that's where it came from. More enemies usually spawn from there, but you got to be very tricky on how they spawn. They usually will get you off guard. Now, trying to stay really close to your teammates at least, and trying to learn the layout to know the quickest route to get to their position without being ambushed by any enemy forces. This is very, very important for the fact that there's a lot of times where you could get ambushed when you're trying to go in a certain direction. The reason why you want to get close to your teammates is because, one, your teammates die, game over, and you don't want that if you want to complete this game on the hardest difficulty. Second, they are very important when covering you. Enemies will take you out on about 2-3 shots per gun. Shotguns are insta-kill in almost in any distance. The teammates' AI can actually take them out without a problem for you, and that is very important for the fact that they can pretty much do anything for you. But you don't want to just rely on them 100%. They usually do a good job, and they usually do not die instantly, unlike you. But they still can cause amounts of damage to, what was the term I was thinking of? Basically, you want to make sure you get if you want to get the level done faster, you want to do some of the job as well. They're good for noticing where enemies are and clearing them out, but you want to do the job as well for the fact that you get more XP for people who care for that, and also it helps you get the job faster. The fastest I ever completed a terrorist hunt is actually 2 minutes. It's pretty crazy what I can do on realistic difficulty. Now this area right over here is where I was talking about how the map design makes it very annoying to deal with. There's a wall in front of there, and it's very hard to trick it out. I usually send my teammates in front of that wall, but then they get ambushed on both sides and they both get knocked down, which basically means I can't revive them unless I want to get killed, and usually I can't get to them in time, or I get killed before I can even do anything to ambush those terrorists. Now, like I said, as long as you have one guy alive, try to get that one teammate to up the other one. If they both are down, this is where something has to be tricky. Make sure the area is cleared before you actually move above, before you actually move on, before you actually do anything else. They are the only ones who can actually clear the level. However, if you think you're confident enough to kill the last guy, as I have last remaining, then do so. But don't get mad if you die because you try to be a lone solo. Now we're up almost to a close here, to the last guy we actually do kill, which I'm very happy to actually complete this. After we kill this last guy, this is the end of the round, and I complete on realistic difficulty. If you guys like what I'm trying to do, I'll record more videos of this, and I'll try to commentate it as best as I can, as well as multiplayer matches that I have been playing recently. I'll definitely record those whenever I can. Thanks so much, and all that stuff.